My base might not be perfect yet, but this is how I do my base single-handedly each and every single time. Hi guys, I'm Sita and I'm a self-taught makeup girly. The first step after cleaning your face is your moisturizer. Moisturizer is non-negotiable and it is the foundation of your makeup. After applying your moisturizer, always make sure it dries down before moving into the next step. Then primer, I use a very little amount of primer because my T-zones are very oily and I apply it to my T-zones and then rub it in gently. It's very important to buy a primer for your skin type, mattifying primer for oily skin and a hydrating primer for dry skin. A little of this primer goes a long way in my makeup. Trust me when I say this. All you have to do is massage it gently and wait for some time before going in with your foundation. I apply my foundation in dots because I just don't want to get too much product on my face, and I go in with a dense brush to blend it gently. If you're a beginner, I would advise you to use a makeup sponge for this step. This part is crucial because you need to take a lot of time to blend your foundation so that it will blend smoothly. Avoid foundation under your eye and avoid using too much pressure on the brush. Brush does not give that seamless finish. All I need to do is use a damp beauty blender to go over my face to give a very seamless finish. But as a beginner, I would advise you use a sponge and avoid the brush at all. Next up is blush. Blush adds back color back to your face, so you can use any color of blush you want. I like to use pink and orange most of the time, so all I do is mix the two together, use the same brush I used for my foundation to gently tap it in at the highest point of my cheek. If you are a beginner, I would advise you to use your lipstick for this step. And yes, we don't smile while applying blush anymore. Nah, you want to apply your blush at the highest point of your cheekbone, as I am doing in the video. So after we are done with the blush, the next step is to contour. Sometimes you contour before you add blush back to your face, but on this day I decided to add blush first before I contour. If you're a beginner, please skip this step. It's not really necessary if you're a beginner, but if you know what you're doing, you use a shade that is 2 times darker than your actual skin tone. This adds warmth back to your face. I really like to be generous around my forehead especially, and I go in with the same brush I used to blend my foundation and I slightly tap it into my skin. If you're a beginner, you can use concealer for this step. Just make sure your concealer is darker than you, but if you have a contour stick works fine as well. Next is concealer. A concealer is used to brighten the middle part of your face. You have to use a concealer that is 1 shade lighter than your skin tone for this purpose. As a beginner, you have to use a very damp beauty blender for this step, and you gently tap your concealer in. Dry beauty blenders does not get the job done. Concealers are actually the best for this step. All I need to do is blend my concealer gently. Yes, emphasis on gently. If you dab on the product too much, you're going to take away the product. You really want to be careful when it gets to under your eye. To achieve a very seamless under eye, you have to raise your eye up by blending the concealer under your eye and apply minimal products. That way you will get the maximum coverage you desire. Then I do is to blend my concealer upwards for a very lifted look. This helps to define your eyeshadow after you are done applying it. After blending my concealer, I use my beauty blender to blend the edges very well so it will be all seamless. And then go in with my powder. I make sure I dust off the excess at the back of my palm before going in with my powder. I go in with about 2 layers of powder to achieve the maximum coverage I want. I also use the same shade of powder to set my T-zone areas, especially where I get oily. After that, I go in with my setting spray. I love this one from Kiss Beauty. This helps melt down your makeup into your skin, and this step is non-negotiable. The next step is baking. If you're a beginner, I would advise you to skip baking, but if you know what you're doing, we do this to catch eyeshadow fallout. I love to bake under my eye and my nose only. After that, I go into the creative part of the makeup, but because I only have one phone, I cannot really look at what I'm doing, so I skipped that. As a beginner, you don't have any business with eyeshadow. Trust me when I say this. After that, the next step is setting my whole face with powder. I go in with a powder that is my skin tone and I use that to slightly dab all over my face. After that, the last step is my lip combo. I love a brown and nude lip combo so much, and that's what I'm just going to do. The last step is the finishing spray. I forgot to capture that, and after that we are done. So this is the final look. If you watched to the end of this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and follow me for more videos like these.